Hey, it's good to see you. Hello and welcome to tonight's tarot reading. This is a timeless tarot reading, so it's good for any time that you find it. Tonight we will be choosing between 3 different decks. This is Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. So, if you just soften your gaze, create space in your mind, and try to feel if any of these decks are pulling to you, calling to you, if they attract your attention based on size, shape, pattern, backs of the patterns, patterns of the backs, or position, or number 1, 2, and 3. This is the Pagan Otherworlds deck. The art looks like this. This is the Radiant Wise Spirit deck, and the art looks like this. And this is the jonasa jaus deck. The artwork looks like this. So, with that in mind, you can choose now Group 1, Group 2, or Group 3. I will leave timestamps down below, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. Let's get into it. So, we're going to start up here with your current situation. We have 6 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. I always find it really interesting when these two come up together because they're so similar to me in feeling, just at different stages of the journey. But we'll get into that. I'm getting that you are being recognized and validated. Something that you value or have worked really hard on is being seen by others and celebrated. So things are going well, especially externally, but at the same time, it's like something's not quite adding up here. It's like you feel misunderstood or confused or out of alignment. Things are being good, or things are going well, you're being lauded, but it's not clicking in the way you hoped it would. You're being seen in a positive light, but maybe this could be happening inwardly, like you don't feel in alignment, or it could be happening outwardly, like you still feel like other people are missing something important about you or about your project, feeling like they don't quite understand for some reason. Maybe there's a need, there has been or there will be a need to recalibrate, or at least a feeling of needing to recalibrate. Recalibrate to alignment for yourself, or to be seen as you want to be seen. It may also be a matter of letting go of the weight you place on other people's opinions, like fear of other people's opinions. And if you are misunderstood, I think there's also going to be a question here of maybe like, does it matter that you're misunderstood? It might matter, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's more of a them thing than a you thing. But yeah, I'm just getting like a need to recalibrate your actions or release the focus on others. Otherwise, you risk becoming closed off, like building a little wall from other people, a wall from positive reception or from the world. Sometimes it's possible to have gratitude for the way other people see things, including the way they see you, even if you don't fully agree. So there's kind of that like weft happening here. Okay, what to embrace? 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, also really interesting together. So this is a time to really celebrate yourself and really celebrate the fruits of your labors. I feel like you worked hard. There's work yet still to do. But it's really important that you embrace everything you have done already. Take a moment, rest, accept the rest or relaxation being given to you before you enter another project or phase of effort. It's important to look at how far you've come and appreciate all the beauty around you. Just slow down. And then, embracing too that there's still more work to be done. The 6 of Wands is a great card of recognition, as I've said, but it's only partway through your journey. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles here. It's a card of diligence, dedication, making progress step by step through routine. And because this is coming up, more work to be done, you should really embrace this in-between period where your efforts have paid off, and just like feel good in your own skin, feel good with what you've created, feel good about what you've created. That way, when you re-enter this working phase or creating phase or some mode in which you'll be more in the public eye again, that's when you'll have the opportunity to recalibrate if you need to recalibrate, if you decide that's what you want to do. When you re-enter after this rest and this like luxurious, leisurely period, you will have the opportunity to refine your actions according to your desired outcome. Whatever wasn't clicking here, you can make click the next time around. And it will also be an opportunity to commit to your own idea of what is valuable and staying rooted in your efforts. Just the time will come where you're working again, piece by piece, paying attention to the basics, like back to basics, get down to brass tacks kind of thing. Because without attention to the roots, the tree can't bear fruit. So you'll be able to really delight in this if you can embrace this period of rest and like fulfillment and self-care, self-sufficiency. Then we have what to release. So right here we've got the moon and the Seven of Cups. Okay, there's something here of like self-doubt, illusion, kind of living in your head, in fantasy, in illusion. The moon is a card in which things are not quite clear. And then we also have this aspect of the Seven of Cups where there are too many choices and we can fantasize about them or dream about them in a way that can be confusing or take us away from our true focus. So I feel like there's something hidden here, something that's being ignored, a hidden part of you that wants to rise to the surface, perhaps. So in releasing these energies, I think there's a decision to be made for you. If you'll decide if you either want to reveal what's hidden or share it. You can also decide to let it remain hidden for now without complication and then revisit the decision later. I'm just really getting that this disconnect up here we talked about is somehow rooted in a part of yourself you're not willing to share now or ever with the public. But your projects of late have like urged you to reconsider that, or an easy path would be to share it. And it's really up to you to determine if you're ready to do that. And the moon is a card of a lot of confusion, again, like what I felt from the first few cards over here. So I think it's also important to point out that confusion can be healing or helpful. It takes what's closed and opens it, or takes what has been set like cement and can soften it. So if you're stewing over this decision to share more or to focus and let go of illusion, I think releasing that stewing would be great for you. Just focusing then, once you release this, on the work, on what you need to do, and having living less in like a muddled head. Your head itself isn't muddled, but it's in a muddled state. So again, back to basics, concrete action, dedication, routine, and to really get here firmly, both feet on the ground, it's a good idea, the cards are saying, to release some of these, again, fantasies, illusions, confusion, the effort of hiding something. Okay. Then advice going forward, we have air. So I'm just going to read from the book, and then we'll connect all the dots. The sky, the land, oceans and lakes, all that is part of this great body of earth is kissed into life by the air. Sent from the eternal, it has stayed right here with us since the beginning of time. It does not grasp at us. Instead, it generously brushes ahead of us, opening the door to life and letting us pass through. It's beautiful. I think it's interesting. Air is related to swords, the suit, which is related to thought, and we have no swords here. And there is this confusion over here, but a lot of it's emotional. maybe it's psychological, but like emotional. So I think there's something to be said for you in thinking a little more rationally, or not that you aren't, but focusing on thinking critically or analytically to lead you here. Finding clarity through thought. I think it's really beautiful what the book said about how air and thought can open a door that we're then invited to step through. So through thought, you can do a lot. You can make an agreement with yourself, what you do and don't care about. You can release self-doubt, release fear of other people's opinions or fear of being misunderstood and what that might mean. And release not grasping at what's not right, and instead moving forward with clarity and focusing for now on the everyday, on what is real and what is right in front of you and what is good and what you've already done, and ignoring the rest. Focus on the power of thought and on the tangible, and you will pass very smoothly to the next phase of your journey. So I'll leave your reading there, group 1. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you're doing super, super, super well, and if you're not, that is okay too. I will talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night, good night. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. We'll jump straight in with your current situation, these top 3 cards here. So, we have the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. I am getting that you are ready to move on from something, but something is holding you back. It could be that you are trying to do too many things. You have to make a plan and prioritize. You can't do it all right now, all at once. In the 6 of Swords, you can see you are undertaking a journey and going to calmer waters from here to here. And it's a necessary change. It may be uncomfortable or, less than ideal, a little trying, but it's necessary, and that's why you're doing it. And where you're going, better things await you. But to get there, I really think you'll need to prioritize. Your opportunities have been limited, and now you're venturing into new territory, and it's definitely the right move. You're headed in the right direction. But again, this isn't a small trip. This is a taxing or trying change that you're making. And it is currently further complicated by the fact that you're doing too much, you have too much on your plate, you're stretched thin. When you think about it critically, you know that this is the right move, and it's a little scary to do it because it's a one-way gate. Like, you can't come back. You can't go backwards after you cross this river. But in your mind, you know it's right. And so I mean, that sounds like an undertaking, right? And so you really need to focus, or you've been trying to focus, or you've been struggling to focus on just this step in order for it to happen in the best possible way. There's a need right now for you to take a bird's eye view of your life, and that's how you'll be able to tell what is and is not necessary at this point in time. Doesn't mean you can't do it later, but it's really important to consider letting go of the things that can wait until later. Yeah. And in prioritizing, you will be honoring the significance of this change you're making. And it will go much more seamlessly. It will still be trying, but less trying. It's some kind of life change. We're going to see if we can figure out what it is. Here we have what you should embrace. 9 of Pentacles and 2 of Cups. It's funny because group 1 also had the 9 of Pentacles in this exact same position. Here, you are being encouraged to embrace support around you. You are supported. And you know that when you are good with yourself, you are capable of anything. You're very sufficient. And the cards are reminding you to remember to accept help from others. There is someone in your life, like a one-on-one relationship, so a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a spouse, a life partner, could be a business partner, could be a paramour, a very good friend, a sibling even. It's a one-on-one connection. Your peers, and this person is here to support you. They want to support you. You're being encouraged to lean on them for help if and when you need it. So let them help. Even if it feels vulnerable to accept the help, let them help. Accepting help doesn't make you any less independent. Accepting help only makes you more connected. You don't have to do it by yourself. That's where you get into trouble. Maybe you're used to doing it by yourself, and it's really not a good mix for this life change you're taking. So accept help from a trusted loved one. Okay, what to release? We have 5 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. You need to release what you're moving beyond. This part. Like, really release it. I think this will help you make the transition too. It's like, yes, you're taking this action, making this change. That's the most important thing. But almost as equally as important, is processing the emotions tied to the necessity of this change, transition, or move. And then release it. Like, it's really important to sit and think about what you're moving beyond from. When you feel it, you know it. You know it deeply. Through feeling, you know it. They who feel it know it. And it's important, like really important, according to the cards, to galvanize this decision, which again is very like analytically or critically sound. It's important to galvanize this decision with feelings and to understand why on a felt level, like a felt emotional level, why the change is necessary so that you can give it the attention it needs to transpire smoothly. And I think it's important to release, maybe there's like a possibility that you're blaming yourself for not doing this earlier. You can release that self-blame too. I have a friend who says, mind these words and hear their chime. Things take time. Things take time. Don't blame yourself for not doing it earlier. Earlier wouldn't have been the right moment. Now's the right moment. And also looking ahead, release any timeline you might have in your head for this. The time to act is now. That's why you're arriving here now. And it's going to unfold as needed. Okay, so yeah. Advice going forward. We have release. So just underscoring again this what to release section. But I will also read from the book to try to add some new layers to it. Unfolding, relaxing, easing into the moment before us releases the frantic grip of time. The past and the future are always trying to influence our thoughts by pulling us away from ourselves and from the present. Making space for the moment requires releasing your burdens for a needed rest. This brings an abundance of yourself to you and widens out the space around you. Look at all that space. Strengthening with the cool, lasting breeze of eternity that lifts you into a force of nature. So, you're being encouraged to stay in the present, to really release the past. Release worries about the future too. And just take comfort in the direction you're headed, which is right. I think also whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, this card is like saying take a breath in and make more space around you or within you. Remove things from your to-do list. Could also block off time if you're able. That's obligation free. So not just time where you're not working, like where you don't have to do anything for anyone else, just for you. The more space you can create, the more space for developing that felt understanding of this change you will have. And also like the smoother your arrival to the other side of this transition, of this change. This space can be created, like truly this is so spacious, right? This space can be created with quiet, with stillness, and or with deep breaths. So, you got this. Alright, I'm going to leave your reading there, group 2. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please let me know down below. I love to hear from you. What resonates, what doesn't. doesn't, I hope you're doing super, super, super well. And if you're not, that is okay too. I will talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night, good night. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. We're just going to jump right in. These cards are a little long, so I did my best to make sure they're in the frame. So just bear with me. We're going to start up here with your current situation. These 3 cards. We have 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups, and the Magician. It's really interesting. I'm just getting so much energy from this. 8 of Wands is rapid action, swift progress. I feel like you're a force to be reckoned with right now, or you're about to be. It's like all things go, nothing but green lights. Rapid actions like wish fulfillment. Here you have everything you need at your disposal. It's unclear to me right now what your aim is, but regardless, you are unstoppable. And I think it's well deserved. Sometimes with this card, there might have been a little struggle beforehand, but now the floodgates have opened and all that energy that was barred is moving, and moving fast, moving really fast. You are capable, you have immense power for creating and manifesting what you want. What you most desire will be granted shortly, as long as you continue to work at it. It's like both of these, pure willpower, good fortune, so everything you could possibly need is at your disposal. Don't take it for granted. Just keep channeling your energy, directing your attention, and the desired outcome will arrive as if by magic. And in fact, it is by magic. It's your magic. Your intentions are magic. Where you place your energy, your focus, your attention, it's going to happen. That is your magic. That is your power right now. There will be a breakthrough. A new door will open. Like a gust of wind just will blow it open. Okay. So, beautiful. Now what to embrace? We have the four of major arcana. So the Emperor and the King of Swords. I'm just gonna move these up a little bit. Okay. This is also really interesting, I think. It's like two serious daddies who like structure and analysis. These guys they both represent authority. They're both kind of fatherly. They both love structure. This guy's incorruptible, and he's just like structure. He loves structure. He's the only one who loves structure more than the Emperor, who also loves structure. I feel like you should just embrace as much as possible generative, active energy you're going to be helped by rules and systems, not all willy-nilly, but like rules backed by experience, systems backed by history. No need to reinvent the wheel. Do what you know works for you and hold strong to it. You're also being encouraged here to embrace being truthful, rational. Yeah, definitely leading with your mind, analysis and thought. Embracing your ambition, like where you seek status or desire status, success, recognition. In this moment, it's nothing to shy away from. You should embrace it. You should go for it. You're being urged to carry out your plan systematically in a controlled manner with a firm hand. It's all rules and foundation, rules and setting limits. Really tap into, to make the most of this, right? Like it really, the cards are saying to really tap into like a type A personality energy, or like an Aries energy. Again, generative, action-oriented, fiery. It's going to take you really far right now. I want to say too, like, this is me talking, not the cards, but later there will be adjustments that need to be made. But for now, these energies are going to just add speed to what's already zipping along, just like zipping ahead, just thriving, fast, unstoppable energy. What to release? We have the Two of Cups and Strength. Okay, so yeah, it's just, it's almost like there's not a whole lot of nuance to this reading. It's very blunt and very clear. So these cards are telling you, focus on yourself, put blinders on. For now, you can release the idea of partnerships and collaboration here. You can also release the idea of a tempered, moderate approach, like a balanced approach. No need for balance here. No need for patience. No need for gentleness. These things are a kind of power, but right now it's very simple. The capital P, like power is power. You're being urged to take action and to be disciplined and to wait for no one. And again, I will say this is not a forever thing. This is for this moment. Adjustments should be made later, but right now, seriously, just whatever you're wanting to do or have started to do and have been thinking about for a while, because this is the 8, we're like a good way into the suit there. It's not a brand new project, or if it's a new project, it's something you've been honing your skills for or thinking about for a long time, right? And now it's like all systems go. Seriously, everything is like, just go for it, let it rip. Everything is saying go full steam ahead. Yeah. It's saying it very strongly. Okay, so we finally have a card for advice going forward, what to do, what to focus on. And it is perseverance. So I'm going to read from the book. Okay. Misery, social exclusion, indigence. These are just some of the extreme ordeals many of us undergo on life's unfolding journey. To survive the dangers the world throws at you requires a strong sense of oneself and a practice of calmness within the chaos. Not all problems can be solved immediately, but all can be conquered with persistence. Step by step, the small achievements add up and open your path to a place where your spirit can rest and your heart can begin anew, as all problems are really just preparation for a new path, a new state of consciousness that will introduce you to greater accomplishments. Okay, from that I really do think there was some struggle before these floodgates opened. And again, this is all, this good fortune, this energy is really well deserved. I like the idea of it leading you to greater accomplishments. And I really think it's probable that what you're undertaking here is something wholly original, something that people didn't think was possible or hadn't yet, conceived of as an option. Maybe you're doing it out of necessity, out of really needing to, out of urgency, out of strong desire. Like, it doesn't feel like a choice. But to other people, it's gonna look like magic. It's gonna look like ease. It's gonna look like a magic trick. And only you will know how hard you worked, how long the path was, and the effort and the faith that it took. And I think later is going to come the time to share it with others, share yourself with others, slow down, and to soften again, because that's a part of this project too. This project is of the heart, and you're going to want for it to be not only of yourself, but in the world, and a connective netting or kind of glue, a meeting point, a useful tool. But for now, it's blinders on, it's full steam ahead. All you have to do is stay on the path and channel your energy, and don't lose faith. And later, you'll know when you'll have your fill of this energy, and then it will be time to find balance again. Just not yet, not now. I wish you a lot of luck with what it is that you're undertaking, but you kind of don't need it. Like, I feel like you got this, and I'm excited for you. I'm going to leave your reading there. If it resonated with you, please let me know down below. I always really love to hear from you. I hope you're doing super, super, super well. And if you're not, that's okay too. I will talk to you very soon. And until then, good night. Good night.